Tamily. Welcome to Ask Tamily number 94, the most off-the-cuff Ask Tamily interview that we're ever going to have, which Kristen referred to as just an excuse for Suzanne and Nicole to drink together. And that might be what it is, but it's going to be fun. We're going to ask questions, and Nicole and I can both give an answer, or maybe one of us will just answer. And then you can also answer in the chat, and we'll read your answer to the questions too. So this is an Ask Tamily happy hour. Both Nicole and I have a drink. I have to make my drink, and Nicole can talk while I do that. And Nicole, tell us what you're drinking.
I'm drinking a lovely Sauv Blanc.
It looks beautiful.
I was going to make gin and tonics, but I haven't eaten enough, and that would have been sloppy.
It's okay to get sloppy with the Tamily.
Yeah. So it's a nice cheers, Tracy. It's a nice
cheers.
Cheers. Oh, I should have done Fireball.
So I'm making the drink that I made the last Ask Tamily happy hour, but I am out of 7-Up. So I am using LaCroix coconut. So we're going to see what happens there.
That's my favorite LaCroix.
It's going to be some LaCroix coconut, some Fireball, and then Jack Daniel's honey. And there's only a little bit left.
So when you're done with that, you're going to make it your water bottle for your work Zooms, right?
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You must.
Absolutely. Let's see if we can ration this stuff, because this part is so good. Okay. All right. So how about if I ask you a question, Nicole, and then we can both answer it, and then people in the chat can answer it.
Okay.
So, what has been one of your most exciting Tamily moments?
There are so many exciting Tamily moments, but literally the most exciting, there's 2 moments, really. Well,
I knew you would have trouble narrowing it down.
The most exciting Tamily moment for me was our first Vitality Week when Ashley and I flew in to the Hamptons early, to Long Island early, and then you flew in that night, and that like waiting, we went and picked you up at the airport, that like it gives me like little chills still, like waiting for you to come in through the little thing, and it's a tiny little airport, and then we saw you, and then it was like we'd known each other our entire lives.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my best ones too, especially because I mean, I didn't know you guys at all. I invited myself to come with you on your Vitality Week, and then we stayed in a hotel room, the 3 of us in one room, because it's the Hamptons, so expensive square footage, for basically 5 days, I guess.
Yeah. Slept in the same bed. We rotated beds because originally it was a double queen, and then they had this pull-out little bed, but we tested it out and it was bad, like sleeping on springs. So we shared beds. It's so exciting. Yeah,
that's exciting. That's what's so exciting to me. It's not just like a Vitality Week, which is an excellent experience, but it's really about meeting anyone in the Tamily for any reason, like a workout, coffee, anything. So as soon as this virus experience is over, I want to get back to meeting Tamily. So does anyone in the chat want to tell us what your most exciting Tamily moment is?
What's your most exciting Tamily moment, Suzanne?
Well, that one was a good example. Okay, well, I don't know if this counts as a Tamily moment, but I'm going to say it anyway. When I went to my first Vitality Week that was the Tampa Vitality Week, which was really in St. Petersburg, two entirely different cities on opposite sides of a huge body of water, but whatever, Tampa Vitality Week. Um, while I was there, obviously getting to meet Tracy is fantastic. But then when we were at like this little marketplace getting food, and Tracy followed me on Instagram, and I jumped
Oh,
around and screamed in public. So that's probably one of the only Tamily times, other than, of course, meeting you and Ashley, and then meeting other people, when I would jump up and down and scream.
yeah. That's a really good one. And yeah, the first time or Tracy followed, the first time she liked a post, I remember that very clearly and like commented, not just liked, but commented. It was just hearts, but it like lifts you up, right? It's like a little gift. Like, oh, scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh my god.
Yeah, I love seeing that when people, Tracy follows them or like
Yeah.
something and then they post it. It's so much fun. So, what is something physical that you can do now because of the method that you couldn't do before?
Oh. Um I can do push-ups,
Mhm.
like a lot of them in a row if I want to. I don't often want to. Um yeah, physically I can do push-ups. Like I mean, there are so many things physically that I can do now that I couldn't do before. I just didn't know I couldn't do them.
Mhm.
Like I can flip over from my front to my back with just my arms, really, and do star moves
Yeah.
where, I mean, and they don't feel, I mean, it's the balance that feels hard, but like the strength in getting there is not hard. It's the controlling the momentum.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, I can control my momentum. Um, gosh, I can dance. Like
Mm,
I can learn
fun.
choreographed dances and dance them and not look like well, maybe I look like a half fool, but
Don't
not
look
a
cool
fool.
at all. Nicole, you're an excellent dancer.
How about you?
Definitely like balance type of things. Like, I mean, there was definitely a long time of doing the method of certain moves that I couldn't do. And I think some of it was like mental. Like, I couldn't lift my hip off the ground. Like, and it now, that's not hard.
Right.
I mean, I know like it takes strength and stuff, but like, oh, if you can like see, like to do that, like hip off the ground stuff, no way. I could not do that before. I really
Yeah.
couldn't. I remember it being in Metamorphosis and laying on my side in my living room and being like, well, I'll just do the leg thing because I can't lift this hip off the ground. And now
Yeah.
I do that and I'm like, I don't know what was wrong with me. Um, I would also say, like, because we do, moves, but you don't realize like the constant strength that you have. Like, um, we plank a lot, but you're doing something during that. So, I challenged my husband to a planking contest, and he's like, a very muscular, huge,
Tall.
lean,
Yeah.
athletic person. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to plank as long as he can. But let's just say that he was done, and I was like, did you want me to stay like this for how much longer? Like, how long do I have to win to be the winner? So that is amazing because he's a person that has been athletic for his entire life, and I wasn't athletic at all before this method. And I wasn't athletic in the beginning of the method. It took so much time that, now it's like unbelievable that like the endurance, the balance, the strength, all of that is so amazing.
Yeah. Same. I was not athletic. I didn't play sports. I played like softball in Girl Scouts and went up to bat one time and the ball was pitched and it hit my bat and I was like, that like kind of ended it for me. When you think back like traumatic experiences and like, okay, that just happened and everybody's yelling at me to run and I'm like, I didn't swing, like I don't know what to do. So yeah, after that I was like, no, I don't need to play sports. And then I started, I got older and I got into workout. I did all the other fitness stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was always kind of doing Billy Blanks and Cindy Crawford, the Cher workout and step workouts and steel. Like I did those, but there's no focus. Like you look back on that and I see other people, not to be like, try and be Tamily exclusive or like Tracy exclusive, but you look at other people doing workouts and you're like, there's no direction. That's like reading a book and flipping from page to page, a 500-page book and reading like page 1, page 33, there's no like rhyme or rhythm or reason.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Anyway.
You can feel the strategy of Tracy. So Katie said if she did Tracy when she was younger and played soccer, she would be way better. That's like, it's, one of those things you wish you could have told yourself when you were younger. Like to think about building that type of balanced athletic strength and, at that age, like when it's easy to do that, like I feel like I didn't start it right until it starts being hard. Like, once you're really over 30, like, gosh, to remember the days of like not gaining any weight and eating anything, but not like being strong at all, and no endurance. I mean, I can remember like being out of breath just from walking, a couple of blocks in college. Like, and one of the moments I realized like real athleticism for me is when I ran in the airport for 20 minutes and I wasn't out of breath.
Yeah.
Like 20 minutes of running? And I was like, why does my Fitbit think I'm working out? And then I'm like, oh, my heart rate's at 130. Like, I'm running with weight and stuff, like in high-heeled shoes.
Right. All your bags.
Mm-hmm.
Basically doing a CrossFit through the airport.
Right. And I'm like, what is wrong with this Fitbit?
Right. Not to mention, if we had found this younger in life, the mental like benefit, the clarity, like the way
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Imagine finding the Tamily at like 21. What?
Yeah.
Where would I be now? I would be, not to say I'm in a bad place, but like mentally, like years of like, I don't have a like real positive sounding board of friends of like this community. Whew, man, we'd all be Oprah.
So that leads to my next question, Nicole, which is, what is something non-physical that you can do now because of the method, or like a skill that you built that's not physical?
This maybe is not, well, it's Ask Tamily related, but I can freaking get some videos off that you're not supposed to be able to get. I know how to upload to YouTube. I think Tracy has taught me some IT skills I didn't have before.
Amazing.
Yeah, non-physical. Like there's so many. I think I can reframe like my mind better. Like I understand. Maybe that's just you get that with age too, but I understand that.
Oh, there's a lot of people way older than you that can't do that.
Yeah, you have to change your own mind. So I guess I have the ability to recognize that. Gosh, I can probably tune things out a little bit better, especially during.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I probably communicate better. I mean, there's so many.
Yeah. So Katie's answering too. She
Oh,
said, finding your center, and she tried yoga and couldn't quiet her mind, but she can quiet her mind during this workout. That is so totally true.
it's so true. Like I've tried doing meditation, like Oprah and Deepak do these month-long meditations. I cannot meditate or get quiet when I'm still. I would have to listen to them and like be walking rigs, or I have to like move my fingers or be in the bath or something. Like there has to be some kind of physical thing happening while I quiet my mind. But I don't often feel like I need to like meditate if I'm working out really
Mhm.
consistency. If I'm doing consistently, hello wine. Um, um, yeah, like there's not that need to. I feel like I get quiet with myself every day, and I don't get quiet in that hour or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
so necessary.
yeah.
It goes to that processing. Like
Mm-hmm.
every day that you don't work out, you miss that opportunity to process. And that is such an important key to it. You know, it's so like, it's crazy that you can't pull someone into a workout without it being like physically focused. But then
Yeah.
you realize so many of the benefits. That's so awesome.
And if you think back to when you first started with Tracy,
Mm-hmm.
um, like it's I mean, it takes time because it's a physical language and you have to learn that you have to like get in there and learn the freaking alphabet, I guess is the way to put it. Um, but I don't remember, like, I think it kind of happened really quickly. And maybe that's why we get addicted to it. Maybe there's something about the way Tracy moves our bodies that taps into whatever it is in our brain center that creates addiction. And maybe we get a little bit, well, it's the high, right? I guess it's
Right.
the
The
high.
endorphin. Yeah.
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 How,
You know, you don't get, like she says, unless you work out for at least 30 minutes. And
mm-hmm.
so all of those things that are like, work out 20 minutes 3 times a week, like that, that is so funny to me because that's something I used to think was like unattainable. And now it's like laughable to me that, you know, you would ever think that's enough physical activity.
Yeah. How about you? What are your non-physical? What can you do now?
Um, well, there are literally a ton of the physical things, like a ton. Um, and the quieting your mind kind of thing. But I would have to say, like, it's confidence
Yeah.
and like, you know, maybe not like taking myself so seriously or being so self-critical. Like, I've always been really focused on being good at public speaking because it gave me a lot of anxiety and I was a really shy child. So I, you know, put effort into like, I would volunteer to do speeches first. I would speak on a topic that was very interesting so people wouldn't pay attention to me. And so I developed like a little bit of that skill, but I could never have imagined like live streaming workouts or doing Ask Tamily interviews that are on Instagram and then also on YouTube forever without makeup on, and I don't care. I
Yeah.
mean, like, that is a different person than who I was before. Like,
Yeah.
and to me, it's like the confidence that makes anyone beautiful, like confidence and strength. And, you know, it's led to like the things I'm going through in my career now, where I speak on video conferences with our entire leadership team and the whole company. Plus, we do open mics where anyone in our, we have 30,000 employees, anyone can join. I've spoken to like 3,000 people at once, and they
Yeah.
can screenshot me or record me or whatever. And like, there's no way I could do that if I hadn't for 2 years been doing Ask Tamily and also been doing like live workouts. Like, who would think that it's a thing that would come from a workout routine and that it would get to that degree? Like, someone the other day was posting that, she will post dance cardio in a story and then like delete it later because she's embarrassed. And she
Yeah.
said like she hopes that one day she's at least not embarrassed enough to just like let it be on there. And I messaged her and I was like, wait till you're overconfident like me. And then you're watching your own videos like, oh, I look so good in this video. And it's not even true. And it's just like a thing that ends up happening. And I feel like there's no way that could be achieved without this method.
Right. It really taps into, I mean, you find your own personal center while through other people finding theirs through, I mean, yeah, it's a really interesting way to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the most developmental thing I think you can experience.
Mm-hmm. And they don't teach this. This isn't like, this is something that could be offered, in our education system. It was so different that it would be hard to, but everybody can feel this way. That's the thing. They have to want to.
Yeah, but I think too that it takes like every aspect of this whole workout. Like, I mean, to me, I feel like the people that do the method that don't interact with the Tamily or don't have like a social media presence around it have a very different experience. And to me, they have strength that like I don't have because I can't stay committed to a workout routine that's alone in my
Mm-hmm.
house and not connected to anyone else. Like, I think I had the DVDs and stuff for Metamorphosis for like at least 3 years before I became dedicated to it. Like I did 90 Days of Metamorphosis at one point, before I knew about the Tamily. And like
Mm-hmm.
lost 12 pounds, really successful, but it was like all I could do to be dedicated for 90 days. Like, and then I didn't do it for like a really long time. Like, it was getting this connection that made that difference. So, I mean, I know there are people who can, but to me it takes like all of those elements to really to get to that level. I mean, I don't think that I would have even probably have developed things physically as much if it was just me and I never had made a connection with this community. And the community
Yeah.
created itself and grew organically. Like, obviously Tracy has done things to enhance and promote and like push the Tamily along. Like, she encourages it, she wants people to connect and stuff, but she can't make people connect. Like, that's a part of it that is so super amazing, and it's the most important part to me. Like, the workout wouldn't happen for me if it wasn't for the community. What's your most embarrassing Tamily moment?
This moment right here.
That's great. Everything's gonna be fine. You'll just clip the video and the background will just change and no one will know what happened.
Nobody will know.
Don't be embarrassed by this moment. Do you remember the old days when we had technical difficulties in every interview? This is just like, a throwback in a sense.
Yeah, I do remember that, and it was insanity, but it's Wi-Fi. It's like Comcast. Like, is everybody in Salem on the freaking internet right now? Anyway.
Yes, they're all home.
Yeah.
So you just made me remember a different embarrassing moment that I'm going to share, and then I'm going to share the embarrassing moment I was planning to share. Are you ready? Okay. One embarrassing moment.
Okay. Remind me.
Is the time that Tracy Anderson joined Ask Tamily and the internet wouldn't connect to him.
So messed up. That interview was so.
And she was on there for like 20 minutes waiting for us to be able to connect. That was so nerve-wracking and terrible. Okay, so that's one.
Yeah.
The second one
That's why.
is when Tracy's boyfriend was next to me at Vitality Week and I kicked him in the foot because I was kicking the wrong direction. And he's so nice. He's like the nicest person possible. And I wanted to sink into the floor and die. But thankfully, he was like, "It's okay. Do you need some more room?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just a loser." And I kicked him in the foot. I couldn't believe, like, when he put his spot next to me, I was like, "Oh my goodness, Tracy's boyfriend is next to me." But he was very
And
nice.
This embarrassing moment. I'm trying to think of like a
did you ever wear a secret
before my boob has been out and I haven't realized it until I've had some see-through pants, but I've always did those, or I do like a side view if I know that they're see-through. I'm trying to think, like, I don't, it would be this day right here.
Silly. So
Failing.
silly. It's totally fine.
If I keep drenching it right now. Yeah. We're back.
We are back. Hello, Riggs.
Hi. Say hi, my mom's totally crazy. You can't have those. Jen is having internet issues as well, so maybe this is a Salem, Charleston thing.
Oh, because for a second I was like, "Do you think she lives near you?"
I'm not that drunk.
There's internet problems in Charleston, South Carolina, and Salem, whatever state that.
Not that happy of a happy hour, okay?
It's totally fine.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, guys. That's silliness. Okay. I don't know. But will you please answer the question?
What was the question?
It was embarrassing moments.
Didn't I answer it?
Already answered it.
Hear me. I think I talked for 5 minutes about my
question now. Can I turn the tables and ask
you?
Oh,
sure.
Who? Well, I don't know if I want to ask you that one yet. Can you tell me two truths and a lie?
Okay.
People in the chat are gonna guess. Whoever's in the chat, because my Instagram tells me there's one person watching right now, and that would be me. And I know there's more people watching.
And it never shows you watching, so whoever that is not you. Okay, 2 truths and a lie. Do you know what's coming to mind is the ones that I used in the last time that I was interviewed, maybe with Rebecca. Hey, can I say again?
Yeah, say those, and if somebody happened to watch that interview,
then they can know. All right. Let me think. I just have to make sure I'm going to say them correctly. Okay, I spent a lot of nights in Baltimore clubs. I have 2 sisters, and I traveled every week from the second week of January to the second week of March.
I know the answer.
That's correct. I said one that you wouldn't know. That was a bad decision. If anyone in the chat would like to guess which one is a lie, Nicole already knows. Let me see if I say a different one, then you're going to know that one's a lie.
Just means I kind of know you.
All right, which one is the lie, Nicole?
Well, you have a sister and a brother.
That's true.
Not 2 sisters. And you were a Baltimore club girl, and it was friggin' amazing, and I wish I would have been there with you. And you traveled all the time.
I can't believe I traveled for 2 months during the virus, and I didn't get it. It's a miracle. So what are your 2 truths and a lie?
Okay.
Hopefully they're better than mine.
I did write these down so that I
would. Oh, they are going to be better.
Can I just show something right now. I'm in Michael's room right now, and this empty box of White Claws is sitting in my child's room. Anyway, um,
Fine. Isn't she 21?
oh yeah, she's gonna be 23, so she's good. Okay, I actually prepared these. Let's see if I can remember. Two truths and a lie. I have five. Now I have to change it because you already know the lie.
Okay. What do you do?
Okay, now we have to wait a second because I have to think.
Okay.
Okay, I have it now.
Mm-hmm.
I graduated with an art degree. I like to name my furniture, and my favorite food is garlic.
Okay. You're throwing me for a loop with those. Does anyone in the chat know which one of those is a lie about Nicole? An art degree feels questionable. What was the second one?
I like to name some of my furniture.
I think that's true. I really wish I would have painted this nail right here. And third one, that your favorite food is garlic. My favorite food is garlic. I've eaten a lot of meals with you, and I don't remember there being a lot of garlic. It's interesting. Your job has absolutely not much to do with art, but
I don't want to scroll because I don't want to mess up my connection.
you have an artsy way about you. Okay, I'm gonna say you definitely name your furniture. And I'm gonna say it's not the garlic.
It's the garlic. I have an art
Okay,
degree.
so is that the lie? Okay. All right. That was hard.
No, garlic was the lie.
Okay. That's very sneaky of you to throw it in there at the end all confident, like it makes it seem like it's true.
Garlic is definitely not my favorite food. It makes me very ill.
I love garlic.
I graduated with a art degree with it focused graphic design and a minor in art history. And I do name my furniture, and it's fabulous, and everybody should do it. And some of my furniture has tags on it with its name.
That's very Nicole Holmes of you. That's a great idea. It's a great idea. I love this couch that's in my, tan cave. I refer to it as my tan cave couch, but maybe she'll get a name.
Name her. It's amazing. It changes your relationship with the things around you.
Nicole, you're so funny. I knew you did that.
Don't you want to make like toast in Steve rather than the toaster?
That's hilarious. That makes me think of the movie Bridesmaids. When she called the guy Steve's.
If you come, stove. Maybe if you come to my house when we sit down to have dinner, Lola de Firecrotch. Or you'll get Bastion or Napoleon. Anyway, digress. There's
like every chair has a name, every table, everything?
Not everything is named because it doesn't, it comes, but yes, things are named in this house. But the toaster is Steve.
Does Michael know this, and does she call them their names?
She assists in naming items.
That is very interesting. That's a non-Tracy Anderson method fact, like I've never learned in an Ask Family interview.
I'm strange.
Nicole, you're fabulous, not strange.
Nobody guessed that, I'm sure. Or they all said it because, I appear to be easy, but maybe I am. Um, anyway, I was going to ask you a question.
Okay.
So this is kind of a meaningful question because, we know each other. Even though it's Mother's Day tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
will you tell me something that you've learned from your father?
Hmm. I mean, the really obvious one is to be hardworking, because he's the most hardworking person ever. Um, like, I mean, he's over 70 and he works 6 days a week. And he worked, when he was 6 years old, he worked at a Christmas tree stand. Like, he's unbelievable from that perspective. I think, another thing maybe is like that he's kind of become more vulnerable, like, over the years, versus being like the most macho man ever. Like, always, like, if anything was wrong, he would be like, I'm gonna kick their ass. Like, and kicking someone's ass is not the way to solve everything. Like, if a place isn't fixing your car, or the couch place delivered the wrong couch, you shouldn't go kick anyone's ass. And he has changed from that, and become, I guess, just more outwardly, like, sentimental. Like, I think, used to think that was like a sign of weakness, and instead, like, I feel like he knows their strength, and like demonstrating love for your children. And I always knew it was love that he worked 6 days a week, every week of the year. The only day he didn't work was Christmas. Like, well, actually, he worked 7 days a week for a long time. But like, seeing love from him in a way that wasn't just working and kicking ass. Like, that's a great thing to learn from him too.
When I come out to meet you, we're going to have to go up and meet him as well. I mean, and your
Yeah,
mom,
or maybe come
family.
to my house, since we need to be in my fabulous house. Um,
Good.
so are you gonna answer that question?
Yeah, so one time it's kind of the complete opposite. There was a time in my life where everything felt easy. Like I was getting paid fantastically. Um, I had like, it all just felt too easy. And I had this talk with my dad about it. Here's another fun fact. I called him Papa. So Papa, really. I didn't ever call him Dad. And he, like, kind of just like uncomfortable in like this conversation because I don't even want people to know that I feel this way. And he was like, it's okay for life to be easy. I was like, oh my God. Still to this day, times when I feel like just it, and maybe it's I don't know that I've felt that easy that I felt at that point in my life. I don't even really remember what it was, but um, like it's okay to allow things to be easy. It doesn't have to be hard all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That is a
that was
really,
yeah.
yeah.
It's
I
something
have not.
I think
Yeah,
it's
that is
okay.
really. That's like a different kind of strength.
Yeah, yeah. And he was a really interesting, it was very interesting, very hardworking, very mechanical. He was he always worked on cars, engines. He was a mechanic, and then he was an airplane mechanic, and like this very kind of mechanical mind.
Mm-hmm.
And for him to say, "Hey, for life to be
Mm-hmm.
easy, like it's okay if it's easy," like what?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah,
Right. Like, yeah, but we always, like, make things harder than they need to be, or feel like whenever something really good is going on, I'm like, what bad thing is gonna happen because I don't deserve this, like,
right, right.
yeah,
We do
yeah.
deserve actually.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just because.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that was kind of a deep question, but it was something I
That was
would.
a question.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have other questions?
I think the other ones were kind of just Tamily standards. Like, what have you best advice you ever received from Tracy?
I think that really, like, I think the first thing that she said in the first streaming workout, you know how that was on the old platform?
Yeah.
I think she says like, don't judge yourself, don't judge me, and don't judge each other. And I don't think I like understood that really until doing the method for a really long time. And I watched that workout a lot, and I did that workout, you know, several times. But that's like a really big message in the whole method, even about like not judging her. Like, you know, it's true, and we shouldn't be judging us, and we shouldn't be judging each other. And I think once you get to a certain point, you do let go of some of that judgment and just have those honest conversations with yourself, but know that like you're a work in progress all the time. Um, and not judging each other, and also knowing that no one is judging you. Like, I always, even still, think about like, well, I'm taking breaks if I'm in a, you know, studio or a vitality week or something, and other people are going to think, like, nobody is thinking about anyone but themselves. Like, you know, we can all just exist and be and not have to have that burden of judgment.
Yeah. That point.
What's
I
your
wish
biggest
that.
thing?
I mean, that's a biggie. You know, I wish that class was still up. Not because the class was amazing. The arms in that section were amazing. But that message of the don't self. I think the way she said it was, yeah, don't judge anyone in the room. Is what she was trying to say. Don't judge me and don't judge yourself. And then she just like went into it. Like, um,
yeah,
I
we
think
need that class and the experience. We do.
Yeah, I think that would be something that if she ever said, "Hey, Holmes, one, what do you want to see back on the online platform, studio platform?" Right. That is the first thing. Class number one. Can we just bring that back? Even that introduction, or can you talk about it and then just leave it like center on, you know?
Yeah.
She has so many little talks, you know. Tracy, you know, if you've ever sat with Tracy and listened to her, she kind of weaves around in her thinking, which is amazing, because she plants all these fabulous little like learning moments that make you think. When we were in Charleston, she talked about her brother being a yogi and that she learned the term namaha, which means not mine. That was a big like aha moment. Like, give it away, give it like, whew, let it go.
Yeah. Take the burden of something that's not.
Yeah, and don't like give it away in a negative manner. Don't like, okay, this like crap I'm feeling because of this is gonna go to someone else. Just let it go. In terms of like her method, that's like life lesson, right? That's like lesson. Yeah. I'm ellipsy because I'm repeating myself now. But when she said be physically available at our first, it might have been the first lecture at the first vitality, like be physically available when you're coming to the method. And I wish I had heard that. I wish on day one I had heard, don't judge me, don't judge them, don't judge yourself, and be physically available, because you're going to need that because it's strange in the beginning. And then the little tidbit at the first vitality where she said that the three S's, like muscles get stupid fast, smart fast, and strong fast. Strong fast, smart fast, and stupid fast. And that's why it needs to change. That was a big change. Even though I had been doing the method for a while and I had been streaming, I didn't understand why it was so important that it changed, that the routine changed every 7 to 10 days, depending on how you were doing it. And maybe she talked about that in the the beginning, the continuity. But yeah, she's smart, kind, and shares her viewpoints in a way that doesn't choke you, like you can digest it and then take what you want from it.
Yeah. She lets you get there yourself.
Yeah.
She's fantastic. So
she understands that.
Yeah. We have 1 minute. There's a countdown on my screen.
Okay.
So in this last minute, I would just like to say that I really appreciate everything that you do for Ask Tamily. This is one of the most important things in my life, and a lot of things happened that make it so that I can't plan this as well as I usually would. As soon as we decided to launch it together, I moved and got promoted and tons of things have changed. I've moved again and I'm going to move again in a couple more months. So without you, Ask Tamily wouldn't exist. And it means a lot to me, and you mean a lot to me. And the Tamily means a lot to me.
You mean so much to me.
You're so fun,
I love
Nicole.
you.
I love you. This has been a really fun, really fast, really crazy hour, and you have a lot of editing to do to get this on YouTube.
We're going to do these periodic. Every quarter, we're doing this.
Okay.
And I'll get a better
explanation.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Nicole. And thank you, Tamily.
Thank you.
Happy Mother's Day, everyone who's a mother.